You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible.
Success is the only revenge. It's not the best revenge. It's the only one. There's no other revenge.
I'd rather shoot and miss than not shoot at all.
What if it can turn out better than you can imagine?
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion.
Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
The only thing that you can do is win so big that all of them constantly compare themselves to you, and then you'll forget they exist.
Everything is possible in your life when you believe.
It's only delusional until it works.
My personal question to you is, why not you?
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you want to attract what you want, you've got to see yourself already with it. You've got to understand that you've already got it.
The problem is you think you have time.
The clock just keeps ticking down, and the lower that number gets, you realize how amazing now is. The present is a miracle.
You stare at your past and you'll end up staying there. It's okay to look back and admire it, but you carry on.
There's a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
The first million is hard, but the second million is inevitable. It's not becoming a millionaire that's important, it's the person that you must become in order to become a millionaire.
It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
You ever feel like nothing good was ever gonna happen to you?
Yeah, and nothing did. So what? I'm alive, I'm surviving.
That's it. I don't want to just survive. It says in these movie writing books that every character has an arc. Where's my arc?
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, and maybe not the next month. Pero only one thing is true. I will be champion one day, I promise.
How you gonna knock somebody in the world for actually trying to do something? Trying. Since when has it become not cool to try? Loser.
There were a lot of days where I did not want to get out of bed. But if you have those little small goals, those little small things that get you excited when you don't want to, it's going to make it even better and even easier at the end when you're getting ready for a presentation at the end of the year or this or that, whatever event you're leading up to. It's going to make it so much easier. And I think if you look at the greats in anything that, in any walk of life, the greats do things when they don't always want to. And that's the separation. For me, that's what I've found.
Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Listen, everywhere you look in this world, wherever there is light, there will always be shadows to be found as well. As long as there is a concept of victors, the vanquished will also exist. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace initiates wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. There are nexuses, causal relationships that cannot be separated.
You've got the brains, you can make decisions, you can study the plan, you can change your life, you can grow immensely in the next few years, you can make your dreams come true, you can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through, you can become healthy, you can become powerful. Why not you?
A real man in the dark, when nobody's watching, he putting in work. A real man, when coach ain't even watching, he's studying film on his own. Because he loves the process.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
He was tired, he had personal problem, family. Nobody cares.
Is there any limit to your ambition?
No.
Or any limit to what you think you can achieve?
No. Well, no. Because I think right now, if I was to quit rapping and I said I want to go to the NBA, I would be in the NBA.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Why would you think you could make it to the NBA?
because I think I can do anything.
My philosophy is, why be normal when you can be the best? I don't want to be normal. I want to make the difference. So everything I do, I want to make the difference. Because when I make the difference, I'm the best. And that is not arrogance, that is confidence.
What you want? All week you was work hard. End of the week, if you don't tire it, this is good question. You have to worry about yourself. But this is Saturday. Your 6th day, you work so hard. Of course you're gonna tire it. Tomorrow rest, and Monday we're gonna begin one more training. If you don't want, go back to Dagestan and stay with your mom. She's gonna give you every day good breakfast. You don't do nothing. Stay there. But if you come here, don't complain. You wanna become best. You wanna become champion. And now you wanna say like you're tired? Who cares? You're tired or not? Nobody cares about you.
Do whatever you're gonna do, but you're not going to bully me. You're not gonna just stop me because my mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're gonna do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society has set up and the way that they control people with low self-esteem, with improper information, with branding, with marketing. I refuse to follow those rules. It's about truth, it's about information, it's about awesomeness, and the only luxury is time. The time you spend with your family. That's the only luxury.
Life isn't always so fresh or so easy. But what's inside of there? A lot of groceries and stuff you buy, right? You got the milk, you got the, your fruits and vegetables and stuff, and all that stuff, man, very perishable. What does that mean? I mean, when you buy it, you better eat that motherfucker, otherwise it goes bad. There's a shelf life to it, a time trial. Use it or lose it. And if you don't use it, then your investment in that product, you don't quite reap all the reward of that. So that's a little metaphor, I think, in life. Because life itself is perishable. You're playing basketball and you're shooting free throws. And you're at the line when the pressure's on you. If you don't constantly, when no one's watching, drill it, 1,000 buckets a day. When it matters, maybe you miss. If you're in the military, you're Delta Force or something. If you're not in the range, firing thousands of rounds. Well, then when you pull on fire, maybe you're not putting one in the head, one in the chest. Maybe you're missing it. And maybe in that split second, it costs you your life. All these things eventually will be tested. You have the time right now to prepare them, to ensure the skills don't get spoiled like some fruit and fresh and easy. See, the thing about life, we're gonna die, right? Eventually we're gonna die, but our legacy can live on. The impact can be non-perishable, forever. But it's gotta be built right. And we gotta take advantage of the time we have right now. If you want it bad enough, you find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you find an excuse. It's called the body weight beatdown. You don't need any weights for it. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need any barbells. You don't need any equipment. All you need is this motherfucker. That's your weight, your body weight. Last I looked, the person that finishes the race with their hand held, isn't it about the how big they are, how tough they are, their potential, it's their perseverance. Meaning it's not about the dog that's in the fight. It's the fight within the dog.
I want to hear shit from you talking about you being broke. If you're not working in 60 hours minimum a week that you're getting paid for, turn off YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and get your ass out there. Go down there and work at McDonald's, Circle K, get you a job. I don't care about your pride. You can't be proud and broke at the same time. Go work and work and work. And then you take that money you make from your part-time job, invest some of it, invest most and take half of it, invest it to your future. The other 50%, the other percentage, take some, have some fun, go buy your belt, then invest it in self-improvement. Get you a high-income skill. Get you something that's going to give you high-value skills that you can market on, that you can leverage on the marketplace. Whether you're working in corporate America or whether you're going to be doing your own entrepreneurial thing in the future. But men, if you're working, the harder you work, the luckier you get, the more exposure you get. And it's about hard work and speed.
My question to you today is, what are you inputting into your life? Because where you are today is completely based on the input of your life. Period. There is no debating on this thought. It's very simple. Isaac Newton said it. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So that which you input, you will receive in equal proportion. It's very straightforward. It is a universal law, and these universal laws are unflexible. They are unbendable. You cannot get past them. The process is the prize. The pursuit of becoming is the prize.
I had to stop giving a about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I realized that everybody's up. That's the one thing I realized. I walked around and I put these people on a fucking pedestal. Everybody was better than me. So I can't tell you anything about me because you're gonna judge me and I'm gonna feel even worse than what I am. What I realized, once I calmed my mind down and sat back and looked at how jacked up this world is, once you realize that you are not alone, everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, only thing they've done better than you is they've hidden their up world better than you have.
One of your quotes is, when you're winning, you're not as good as you think you are. When you're losing, you're not as bad as you think you are. What's that mean to you?
When you're winning, everybody's telling you how amazing you are. You're the best. You're amazing. You know, you're just better than that guy, and you're better than this guy. And it always takes me back to that quote of Marcus Aurelius, who had a slave that would sit behind him and always whisper to him, hey,
you're just a man.
You're just a man.
You're just a man.
If I got to fight to get you in the gym, that's a problem. That's a problem. You want players that are gym rats, players that want to be in the gym, that want to work. And then from there, you build on top of that. But if you're lazy, man, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you. You're going to make me feel dumber. You're going to lower my level. I don't think so. You can go over there. There's plenty of teams in here where you'll fit right in.
But you mentioned...
At the time, they were right down the hall from us.
It's 1 a.m. I'm going for my third workout. Do I want to go to the gym? Absolutely not. I'd rather, lay in my house and sit in the movie theater and watch movies. But, to be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
You know why they don't like me? Because I win. And sometimes I'm like, damn, well, we want to see him lose once, or we want to see something happen, because all he do is win. This is what God wanted. Mayweather fought Pacquiao when he was over the hill. Well, I'm older than Pacquiao. And then they say, oh, he fought De La Hoya when De La Hoya was over the hill. We both was in our 30s at the same time. Then they say, oh, he didn't fight Canelo at the right time. Well, I was almost 40. Canelo is the same age that Devin Haney is at right now. These are the things that, that these media and these people write about. When y'all write, y'all really got to know the sport. And I'll say this on record. Nobody knows more about boxing than Floyd Mayweather.
And it's like, because everybody has dreams. And as much as you want to be able to listen a little bit, because somebody's going to give you a gem, but nobody knows but you. You can't get advice on what you should do with your life, right? Nobody knows what you are. Like even sometimes you don't really even know what you are. You got to take your shot, and it's like, as much as you want people to agree and you want the people around you to be supporting your dreams and all, it's not going to be like that all the time. You got to do it alone, and people will help you. And when you get the ball rolling, people will jump on. But if you don't believe, nobody else is going to believe.
Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. What's the plan? And your plan has got to have something I call the C5 complex. Your plan has got to be clear, concise, compelling, consistent, and committed. You've got to have a plan. And when you're trying to do something that you're truly passionate about, there is no plan B. Okay? Plan B sucks. Think about that for a second. Michael Jordan won 6 NBA championships with the Chicago Bulls because he was committed to plan A, not plan B. Oprah Winfrey became the queen of all media because she was committed to plan A, not plan B. Plan B sucks.
If you want to know something about yourself, sit on your bed one night and say to yourself, what's one thing I'm doing wrong, that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? It's like, you meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one.
Never wait on the right time, because the right time ain't ever coming. All that, I'm getting my ducks lined up in the room. Because as you have aspirations, you got to understand that the devil understands your aspirations too. The devil's job is to rob you of your destiny. So that will always be an obstacle. So if you're waiting on the right time, you'll never make the move. You have to go.
We work hard to become our own boss so we can do what we want to do. The ultimate goal is to go to sleep when you want to and wake up when you want to. See, when you don't wake up when you want to, then guess what? Somebody's controlling you. And I don't want to be controlled.
Everybody will get their turn. What you speak to the world and craving and ambition and wanting anything is the way to speak to the world. If you want something so bad and you speak it into power, you wish it into power, it's gonna happen. I'm firsthand, and I firsthand will tell you that. And I put my life on it.
The reason anyone is broke in the Western world today is because they are one of three things. They are either lazy, they are arrogant, or they are stupid. And if you're broke, you are one of those three things. I don't care what excuse you try and give me. You're gonna have to choose which one you are. Because if you're none of those three things, it's impossible to remain poor in the modern world. During COVID, when everyone's complaining that they went broke, I made so much money. You would not believe the amount of money I made. Now, they try their very best to keep it amongst the elites, and they do that. But if you're anywhere near the elite, you get money, right? If there's a rainstorm, all you have to do is walk outside, you're gonna get wet. The difference between me and everyone else is I know where the door is to walk outside. Everyone else is just fucking floundering around the room, looking on the floor for pennies, like a jackass.
I tell the same thing to anybody, no matter what your field is, if you really want it that bad, you'll make it happen. You know, if you could put aside the distractions, the Instagram, TV, some charity event that there's gonna be girls there, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go to sleep early today, wake up and do what I gotta do. It just plans out over a period of time, I think, you know?
There's a power to doing one more. And if you'll do one more, your one decision, one relationship, one meeting, one encounter, one thought, one podcast interview, one book away from a completely different life. You don't lack vision, you lack depth perception. You think you're further than you are, and you keep keeping it in that distance because you think it's so far away.
There's two sides of pain that I don't think a lot of people really understand, right? There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. That's why everybody raised their hands when I first asked, have everybody ever been through pain? Because that hurts. You remember what that felt like. But then there's another side of pain that's called effort. It's called glory. It's called if you can find a way to push through pain, there's something greater on the other side of it. And if you never tap into it, it's because the first time you felt it, you backed off. The first time you felt, that burn, the first time you felt that it's too much. And we rationalize with ourselves to where we automatically stop. That's why a bunch of us give up so much in life so quickly. That's why kids have a problem finishing things in today's time. Because as soon as they feel a small bit of discomfort, of things ain't right, they're gone.
I remember walking to sixth form college. I was 16 or 17 with my 4 friends, and a Ferrari burnt past us. And I said to my boys, I was like, man, how'd that guy get that car? And they're like, don't know. I was like, doesn't that annoy you? Like, why would it annoy me? Because we're going to school, our parents are on council estates. Like, we're trying to scrape 20 pounds a week to eat. This dude has 400 grand for a car. Doesn't that aggravate you? Doesn't that show you that there's something about the world you do not understand? That you're missing something? And they're all like, not really. And they're all the dudes who are right now at home, 9 to 5, couple blowjobs, da-da-da. I was never that guy. I was pissed off for weeks because I saw some dude in his Ferrari.
Every business, I have 5 companies now. We'll do 100 million this year. I started every one of those companies with no money. 0 money, man. Just hustle and grit and courage. I've called on people I didn't want to be with. I've done things I didn't want to do, okay? It is not about doing what you love. It's about doing whatever it takes to make your dreams a reality.
You were born to do something great with your life in big ways and small ways. It may not be on Instagram, it may not get 20 million likes or views, but you were born to do something great. I'm gonna say that to you again. You were born to do something great with your life. You are not average and ordinary.
If you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing, right? Clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit, right? Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, if you believe there's something there, you commit yourself to an act of of service. You commit yourself to the regime, the exercise. You can screw it up. You can eat chocolate cake one day, you can skip a day or two, you know? It allows for that. But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape. I know. Going to the gym for 9 hours does not get you into shape. Working out every day for 20 minutes gets you into shape. It's not about the events. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency.
It's literally just being consistent. Like I'm talking about 2017, I was uploading every day. I'm talking about you go if you can put January 1st, December 31st, 2017, it's gonna say at least 500 videos. Wow. I'm talking about I was eating 19, crazy. Then 2018 after that, it's like I had residual income. And you was editing your own videos. Oh shit. Yeah. I got an editor for a little bit, but I didn't like it because it made me more lazy. So I mean, it was days I upload 7 videos in one day. I ain't talking about like no reactions. I'm talking about 7, 10-minute plus vlogs. I'm talking about not eating.
When you become successful, everybody wants you to be successful until you're successful. Then once you're successful, everyone wants to tear you down. They want to tear down a performance. They want to tear down what you said. They want to criticize you here. They want to find a bad thing to say about you. So you got to just keep walking. And your self-worth has to be strong enough that when everybody's trying to attack you, because they want to be you, and the only way they can be you is they rip you. And you have to be strong enough to take those attacks. You just got to be strong enough. And when you're strong enough and you get who you are, man, what a life.
Nobody's better than you, and nobody's smarter than you. If anybody else is at the top of their field, it means that you can be at the top of your field. Just go to them and find out how they got there, because they started at the bottom. Now, it may take longer for some people and less for others, but everybody who puts one foot in front of the other and keeps moving eventually gets there. And that's where all the rewards are. Not only that, that's where all the joy in life is. When you're really good at what you do, you feel wonderful about yourself. You're respected and esteemed by everybody around you. You can write your own ticket. You can open any door when you're good at what you do. Because you get up in the morning and you know you're good. And that is more important than the rewards that go with it.
Other people try to place limits on what is possible for you. When you are a unicorn doing something different, other people try to place limits on what's possible for you and what you can accomplish because of their mindset and what they think they can accomplish as a human being. But for me, I can accomplish anything I set my mind to, and I know that I can get after Canelo. I know I can go rounds with him. And the guy he fought the other time, Turkish Warrior, quit after 3 rounds. He didn't throw one punch. I'm bigger than Canelo. I'm faster than Canelo. I'm more athletic than Canelo. Can I box better? Probably not, but give me 3 years and that's gonna be a big fight. The 2 biggest names in boxing going after each other. Why not?
People only fail because they get caught up into what winning was. You're supposed to fail at some point in time. You're supposed to get knocked down a couple times. You're supposed to lose. That's how you learn. Perfection is only a word because imperfection was discovered. You can't be perfect without knowing what imperfect is. You have to experience imperfection at some point to go, now I'm perfect. And that's what people don't realize.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite. Don't bother him. Yeah. Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
Person's character is not judged when they ride the wave of success, when everyone chants their name and you want to be their friend. No, your character is put to the test when your back is against the wall.
I stand in the mirror with a pure heart. I know I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. There's nothing that God hates more than sloth and laziness. If God were to create a man and that man were to sit around and do fuck all, God will frown upon you. It's why you're never lucky. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. Start to work, start to show God the beauty of his own creations. You'd be amazed how lucky you'll become. Wow. God is unhappy with these people. And inside their hearts, they're unhappy. We talk about depression, anxiety, all those things you mentioned earlier on this podcast. That comes from self-loathing. You loathe your own weakness. You loathe your own laziness. This is what all of these things are. I don't feel depression. How can I feel depression when I'm the most powerful version of me that I could ever fucking be? How can I feel depression?
Never lie, steal, cheat, or drink. But if you must lie, lie in the arms of the one you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. If you must cheat, cheat death. And if you must drink, drink in the moments that take your breath away.
I was unhappy with myself and I hated myself, but I understood something. I understood that nobody was coming to fucking save me. And that was the hardest pill to swallow, because I would say to my therapist all the time, what do you do when you know no one's coming to save you, but you're unable to save yourself? The only person who can change the circumstances in your life is you. Life moves too fast. Everybody got their own problems. Ain't nobody worried about you. Even if I had commit suicide in my lowest days, the internet would have cried for 24 hours. On the 25th hour, they would have moved on to the next controversy. I would have been forgotten about. All you got in this world is you, the word you make to yourself, the discipline you hold yourself accountable to, your family, and God. Nothing else. So focus, regroup. If there's something you want to change in your life, cool, you know what the problem is. That's step one. Now, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You can sit in your house all day and cry how you have no girls, you're fat as fuck, you're jacking off every day, you're drinking and you're smoking every day. But if you spend each day doing that same exact thing, you're gonna be stuck in that loophole for life. You're gonna be sitting on your deathbed looking back, regretting every single choice you made. It doesn't matter how old you are. People call me for being 33, calling me old. I'm just starting at 33. I don't care how old you are. You can literally start your life today, not tomorrow. You can literally tell yourself right now, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to take accountability for my actions, and you can change your life.
Like, my parents, my best friends, everyone in my life told me I was stupid. I dropped out of college for this shit. And everyone from A to Z told me, like, you're fucking up. You shouldn't be doing that. It's not going to work. You can't make money playing video games. And I kind of tuned them all out. I felt like I saw something that they didn't see, and it all worked out for me. So my advice would be, fuck what anybody thinks or says. If you feel it, if you really feel it, then run it.
So after 22 years and 83,000 scans, the single most important lesson my colleagues and I have learned is that you can literally change people's brains. And when you do, you change their life. You are not stuck with the brain you have. You can make it better, and we can prove it.
I say never be complete. I say stop being perfect. I say let's evolve. Let the chips fall where they may.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.